Native Americans, often referred to as indigenous peoples of the Americas, are the first inhabitants of the continent. Their presence dates back thousands of years, long before European settlers arrived in the New World. Across North America, diverse Native American tribes and nations established communities, each with unique traditions, languages, and ways of life. Despite centuries of challenges, including colonization and forced assimilation, Native Americans have preserved their distinct cultural identities and continue to contribute to the broader fabric of American society. Native American culture is deeply rooted in the natural world. Many indigenous peoples believe in a profound connection between humans and nature, seeing the earth as a living entity that provides sustenance, shelter, and spiritual guidance. This belief system informs every aspect of their culture, from their social structures and religious practices to their art and daily living. Rich and diverse culture tied to nature and traditions. The culture of Native Americans is incredibly rich and diverse, varying significantly across different tribes and regions. What unites them is a shared reverence for nature and the environment. The land, water, animals, and plants hold sacred meanings, often viewed as interconnected parts of a larger spiritual and physical existence. This connection manifests in various aspects of life, including traditional ceremonies, storytelling, art, and social systems. Connection to the environment. Native American spiritual beliefs are often centered around the concept of balance and harmony with nature. Many tribes hold that all elements of the natural world, plants, animals, humans, and even rocks and rivers, are imbued with spirit and life. For instance, in the worldview of the Navajo, the earth is their mother, the sun their father, and the mountains are considered sacred. The Plains Indians, including tribes like the Lakota and Sioux, revered the buffalo, an animal that provided food, clothing, and shelter, and was honored in ceremonies and rituals. Traditional Native American societies lived in ways that reflected their close connection to nature. The Cherokee, for example, used the concept of the green corn ceremony to celebrate the harvest and express gratitude for the abundance of the earth. Similarly, the Hopi people believe in the cycle of life being guided by natural forces, and they conduct elaborate rituals that call upon spirits of rain, fertility, and growth to ensure good crops. Art and cultural expression. Native American culture is also expressed through vibrant art forms, from beadwork and pottery to weaving and painting. Artistic expression is not merely a decorative practice, but is deeply tied to spiritual beliefs and communal values. For example, the intricate patterns in Navajo rugs often represent stories, myths, or important tribal events, while the masks and totems of Pacific Northwest tribes, like the Haida, serve as sacred objects during ceremonial rituals. These art forms are passed down through generations, helping to preserve the cultural identity of the tribes and to teach younger generations about their heritage. Oral traditions and storytelling. Storytelling is a key cultural tradition for many Native American groups. Because many tribes did not develop written languages, stories were passed down orally from one generation to the next. These stories often explain natural phenomena, teach moral lessons, and share the history of the tribe. The creation stories are a common type of narrative found across many tribes, explaining how the world and human beings came into existence. The Iroquois, for instance, have a creation myth in which the world was formed on the back of a giant turtle. These stories are more than entertainment. They are central to the spiritual and social life of the tribe. Importance of social and cultural systems in Native American life. At the heart of Native American life is a social system that revolves around community, family, and tradition. While individual tribes have their own unique social structures, most are built on a deep respect for elders, communal living, and a strong sense of duty to one another. Social and cultural systems play a crucial role in preserving Native American identity, helping to maintain a sense of unity and continuity in the face of external pressures. Family and kinship. Family and kinship are fundamental elements of Native American societies. Unlike the nuclear family model common in Western cultures, many Native American tribes emphasize extended family units. In some tribes, Clans form the core of the social structure, with clan membership determining many aspects of a person's life, including marriage, social roles, and political status. For example, the Hopi people are matrilineal, meaning that children belong to their mother's clan. In such systems, the family is not limited to biological relationships. It encompasses a broader sense of community. Elders hold a revered place in Native American cultures. They are seen as keepers of knowledge, tradition, and wisdom, and they play a critical role in guiding the younger generation. The Ojibwe, for instance, believe that their elders possess spiritual insight and are responsible for teaching youth about traditional ceremonies, medicines, and languages. This transfer of knowledge ensures the survival of cultural practices and strengthens the bonds between generations. Communal living and responsibility in many Native American societies. Communal living is a central aspect of life. The idea of private ownership, particularly of land, is foreign to many tribes. Instead, land is considered a communal resource to be shared and protected for the benefit of all. This concept of collective responsibility extends to other aspects of life, such as food production, child rearing, and defense. The Lakota tribe, for example, practiced a form of communal hunting, where all members of the community participated in large-scale buffalo hunts and shared the bounty. Sharing resources and ensuring that the community's needs are met is a fundamental value. During times of hardship, such as drought or famine, tribes would come together to support one another. In many cases, the well-being of the individual was seen as secondary to the well-being of the group. This collective mindset helped Native American societies to thrive in some of the harshest environments in North America, from the deserts of the Southwest to the icy tundra of Alaska. Spirituality and governance. Spiritual beliefs and governance systems are deeply intertwined in Native American cultures. Many tribes did not separate religion from politics or daily life. Instead, spiritual leaders often played key roles in decision-making and governance. In the Iroquois Confederacy, for instance, leaders known as sachems were chosen not for their wealth or military prowess, but for their wisdom, integrity, and spiritual insight. The Iroquois also practiced a form of democratic governance that influenced the framers of the U.S. Constitution. Spiritual practices often guide tribal laws and social norms. Ceremonies and rituals are not only religious events, but also reinforce the social fabric of the tribe. The sun dance, practiced by the Lakota and other Plains tribes, is a spiritual ceremony that also serves as a time for tribes to gather, reaffirm alliances, and strengthen community bonds. Preservation of identity and tradition. In the face of colonization, forced relocation, and assimilation policies, Native Americans have fought to preserve their cultural identity and traditions. The U.S. government's implementation of boarding schools in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, where Native children were often forbidden from speaking their languages or practicing their cultures, was a direct assault on their way of life. Despite these efforts, many tribes have managed to retain their languages, customs, and social systems. One of the most significant aspects of cultural preservation is the revitalization of native languages. Many indigenous languages were at risk of extinction, but in recent decades, tribes have launched initiatives to teach these languages to younger generations. Language revitalization is seen as a critical part of cultural preservation because it carries with it the history, stories, and values of the people. Tribal sovereignty has also played a crucial role in preserving Native American culture. Tribes are recognized as sovereign nations within the United States, with the ability to govern themselves and make decisions about their land and resources. This sovereignty has allowed many tribes to create educational programs, cultural centers, and legal systems that reflect their traditional values. Native Americans are the original inhabitants of North America, with a deep and rich cultural heritage that continues to thrive today. Their social and cultural systems are rooted in a profound connection to nature, a commitment to community and family, and a deep respect for tradition and spirituality. These systems have helped Native Americans to preserve their identity in the face of centuries of external pressure, and they continue to play a vital role in maintaining the strength and resilience of Native communities today. Through the preservation of their languages, traditions, and social structures, Native Americans are ensuring that their cultures will endure for future generations. The Native American societies were complex and diverse, with unique systems of social stratification, family roles, and cultural traditions. Social structure and lineage were foundational to the organization of these societies, impacting leadership, community responsibilities, and spiritual roles. In this essay, we will explore the role of lineage, the significance of the warrior class, the functions of spiritual leaders and priests, and how family systems were structured to maintain cohesion within these communities. The role of lineage in social organization. Native American tribes often organized their societies around kinship and lineage, and this structure played a crucial role in determining social hierarchy, political leadership, and community responsibilities. Lineage in Native American societies was typically passed down through either a matrilineal or patrilineal system, depending on the tribe. This system of kinship was not merely about familial relationships, but formed the foundation of social, political, and economic interactions within the tribe. In matrilineal societies, such as those found among the Iroquois, Hopi, and Navajo, lineage and inheritance were traced through the mother's line. Property, status, and clan membership were passed down from mother to daughter. Women in these societies often held significant influence over decisions, particularly in family and communal matters. Matrilineal systems also determined leadership roles within the tribe. In some cases, male leaders such as chiefs were chosen based on their maternal lineage, and elder women within the clan had the power to nominate or depose these leaders if they were deemed unfit to serve the community. This structure emphasized the importance of women in maintaining the social and political balance of the tribe. In contrast, patrilineal societies, like the Lakota and Apache, traced descent through the father's line. In these societies, men typically held the positions of power and property, clan membership, and leadership roles were inherited through the male line. Patrilineal systems placed a greater emphasis on the warrior class and the role of men in protecting and providing for the community. However, even in patrilineal societies, women played vital roles in maintaining family and social structures. Lineage also influenced marriage patterns and alliances between tribes. In many Native American societies, exogamy, or marrying outside one's clan or lineage, was a common practice. This custom fostered alliances between different clans and tribes, strengthening social bonds and enhancing cooperation during times of conflict or resource scarcity. The importance of lineage in social organization ensured that individuals understood their roles and responsibilities within the tribe from a young age, contributing to a well-ordered and cohesive society. The warrior class. The warrior class held a prominent and respected position in many Native American societies. Warriors were not only defenders of the tribe, but also played key roles in the political and social organization of their communities. Their responsibilities extended beyond mere combat, encompassing leadership, diplomacy, and the protection of tribal values and resources. Warriors were often selected from specific lineages or clans, and their status was closely tied to their ability to protect the community from external threats, whether from rival tribes or European colonizers. They were revered for their courage, skill in battle, and ability to bring honor to their families and tribes. Many tribes had complex initiation rites and rituals that young men underwent to become warriors, which included tests of physical endurance, hunting skills, and spiritual readiness. Among the Plains tribes such as the Sioux, Cheyenne, and Comanche, the warrior culture was particularly prominent. Warfare and raiding were essential aspects of life on the Great Plains, where competition for resources like land and buffalo herds was intense. Warriors organized into bands or societies with distinct codes of conduct and responsibilities. These warrior societies also played a crucial role in maintaining order within the tribe, ensuring that laws were enforced and conflicts were resolved. Warriors were also deeply involved in spiritual practices. Many tribes believed that the success of a warrior in battle was not only due to their physical abilities, but also to their spiritual strength and connection to the spirit world. Warriors often participated in sacred ceremonies to seek the blessings of the tribe's deities or ancestral spirits before going to war. Their bravery in battle was seen as a reflection of their spiritual purity and devotion to the tribe's gods and ancestors. In some tribes, the status of warriors was not solely determined by success in battle. Acts of generosity, wisdom, and diplomacy were also valued. Warriors who demonstrated leadership and care for their community were often elevated to positions of political power, serving as chiefs or council members. This dual role as both fighters and leaders gave the warrior class immense influence over the direction of their tribes, shaping their community's social and political dynamics. Religion and spirituality were central to Native American life, and priests and spiritual leaders played an indispensable role in guiding the community's moral and spiritual well-being. Each tribe had its own pantheon of gods, spirits, and ancestors, and it was the responsibility of religious leaders to mediate between the physical and spiritual worlds. They conducted rituals, ceremonies, and festivals that were essential to maintaining harmony with nature and ensuring the well-being of the tribe. In many tribes, spiritual leaders, often called shamans or medicine men and women, were believed to possess the ability to communicate with spirits, heal the sick, and predict future events. These individuals were highly respected and wielded considerable influence within the tribe. Their knowledge of herbal medicine, healing rituals, and spiritual practices was passed down through generations, often through a matrilineal or patrilineal system. Priests and spiritual leaders were also responsible for overseeing important communal rituals, such as those related to the harvest, hunting, or seasonal changes. In tribes like the Pueblo and Hopi, elaborate religious ceremonies were conducted in sacred spaces, such as kivas, where priests led prayers and offerings to ensure successful crops and harmony with the natural world. These ceremonies often involved the entire community, reinforcing social bonds and a collective sense of responsibility to the environment and the gods. The spiritual leader's role was not confined to religious practices. They also played a significant part in maintaining social order. Many tribes believed that illnesses, natural disasters, or poor harvests were caused by a disruption in the spiritual balance of the community. It was the job of the spiritual leaders to identify the source of this imbalance and prescribe the necessary rituals or sacrifices to restore harmony. In this way, religion and spirituality were deeply intertwined with the social and political structures of Native American societies. Family was the cornerstone of Native American life, and the extended family system was particularly vital in maintaining the social fabric of the tribe. Unlike the nuclear family model prevalent in many modern Western societies, Native American families were typically extended, encompassing not only parents and children, but also grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. This system provided a strong network of support and ensured that every individual had a defined place within the community. The extended family system played a crucial role in the upbringing and education of children. In many tribes, it was not only the parents who were responsible for raising a child, but the entire family, including older siblings, cousins, and grandparents. Elders, in particular, were revered for their wisdom and experience, and they played a significant role in educating younger generations about the tribe's history, traditions, and spiritual beliefs. This system of shared responsibility strengthened family bonds and ensured that cultural knowledge was passed down through generations. The family structure within Native American tribes varied, depending on whether the society followed a matrilineal or patrilineal system. In matrilineal societies, such as the Hopi and Iroquois, family lineage and clan membership were traced through the mother's side. Women were often the heads of households, and property and inheritance were passed down from mothers to daughters. In these societies, the maternal uncles often played a significant role in raising and mentoring children, particularly boys. This system reinforced the importance of women within the community and allowed for a more egalitarian distribution of power and resources. In patrilineal societies, such as the Sioux and Apache family, lineage and clan membership were traced through the father's side. Men held the primary responsibility for providing for and protecting their families. However, even in these societies, women played essential roles in maintaining the household, caring for children, and contributing to the community's economy through activities such as farming, crafting, or trading. Marriage within Native American societies was often arranged based on lineage and clan membership, with strict rules about marrying within or outside one's clan. These marriages were not only personal unions, but also strategic alliances that strengthened social bonds within and between tribes. The extended family system ensured that all members of the community were interconnected, creating a network of mutual support that was essential for survival in the often harsh environments in which Native American tribes lived. The social stratification of Native American societies was deeply rooted in kinship, lineage, and communal responsibilities. The warrior class, priests, and spiritual leaders held prominent positions within the tribe, shaping the social and political dynamics of their communities. Family, particularly the extended family system, played a fundamental role in maintaining social cohesion and ensuring the survival of cultural traditions. Whether matrilineal or patrilineal, the structure of Native American families reflected the importance of lineage in determining one's place within the community. Through their complex social structures and strong familial ties, Native American tribes were able to create societies that were resilient, adaptive, and deeply connected to their cultural and spiritual heritage. The sacred connection between Native Americans and nature, a deep exploration of spiritual beliefs and rituals. The Native American people have long held a profound connection with nature, seeing it not just as a resource, but as a divine force that plays a central role in their spirituality, daily life, and survival. From the sun and moon to animals like wolves, bears, and eagles, Native Americans revered the natural world, imbuing every element of their surroundings with spiritual significance. This deep respect for nature was expressed through various rituals, festivals, and beliefs, often led by shamans, who acted as mediators between the physical and spiritual worlds. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the central elements of Native American spirituality: the worship of nature, animal deities, and shamanism. Native American pottery is another form of artistic expression that carries deep cultural and religious significance. Pottery served both practical and ceremonial purposes across different tribes, and the intricate designs on these vessels often symbolized aspects of tribal life, beliefs, and environment. Native American ceramics were not just utilitarian objects, but were deeply embedded in the spiritual and cultural life of the people who made them. They served as vessels for food and water, but also as a means of expressing cultural identity, storytelling, and religious devotion. Native American decoration and jewelry making traditions are renowned for their use of natural materials such as feathers, beads, shells, and gemstones. These materials were not just ornamental. They held deep spiritual and symbolic meanings for the tribes that used them. Jewelry and decoration in Native American culture go beyond mere aesthetics. They are a reflection of the tribe's worldview, their relationship with the natural world, and their deep spiritual beliefs. Native American architecture, sculpture, ceramics, decoration, and jewelry are not just functional or ornamental. They are deeply intertwined with the spiritual and cultural fabric of Native American life. From the underground kivas and towering totem poles to the intricate beadwork and ceremonial jewelry, these artistic expressions reflect a profound respect for nature, a connection to the spiritual realm, and a celebration of life. The legacy of these traditions continues to inspire and teach, offering a window into the rich, multifaceted world of Native American culture. Preserving and honoring the culture and heritage of Native Americans in the modern world is of utmost importance. These rich traditions, passed down through generations, offer invaluable insights into sustainable living, respect for nature, and community unity. By safeguarding their languages, customs, and historical sites, we ensure that future generations can learn from and appreciate their profound contributions to society. In a world rapidly advancing in technology and globalization, it is essential to recognize the deep spiritual and cultural wisdom of Native American peoples, as they remind us of the significance of our connection to the earth and to each other.